A night of devastation and shattered hopes in Cameroon for these football fans. It comes as the Pharaohs of Egypt booked their place for the final match of the AFCON 2021 competition Thursday evening after beating host Cameroon through penalties. The scoreline after the penalty session, 3-1 in favor of Egypt. For these Cameroonian fans at this viewing center in Yaoundé, this was a bad climax to a tension-soaked match. There were many missed chances for the host to have taken the lead, but the solid Egyptian defense kept them at bay. But when penalties came, 3 Cameroonian players missed their spot kicks, making the penalty sessions far easy from the goalless 120 minutes. There are no teams that have won the Africa Cup of Nations titles than Cameroon and Egypt. Between them, they lifted the holy grail of African football 12 times, 5 times for the indomitable Lions and 7 for the Pharaohs. On Sunday, the Pharaohs would be attempting an 8th title when they play the Teranga Lions of Senegal in the final. Cameroon and Burkina Faso will now contest for the 3rd place.
Egypt are through to the African Cup of Nations final after defeating host nation Cameroon. The match was decided on penalties after a goalless 120 minutes in Yaoundé. The final score was 3-1. Egypt supporters are hopeful about success in the final stage against Senegal. Thank God for the win and the Man of the Match award. We worked hard, and this award is not for me only, but for all of us. We worked hard today, and we have been playing 120 minutes for the last 3 games, and I hope we can succeed in the next match. Tensions were high in the Cameroonian capital as supporters awaited for the final result. The Cameroonians did not lose out. They deserved their match. When you see the first half, they played well. In the second half, they regressed a bit. If we go to the penalty shootout, it means that they deserved it. There was a match. In the penalty shootout, it's a game of chance, and the winner won. But I like the Egyptian goalkeeper because he played very well. And I said that if we go to the penalty shootout, we will lose. I'm very disappointed, says this other Cameroonian supporter. Cameroon will now face Burkina Faso on Saturday in the 3rd place playoff.
West African leaders met in Accra Thursday to discuss the state of affairs in the region following a spate of army takeovers in recent months. Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo, who's had a busy tenure as ECOWAS's reigning chairman, told his colleagues that coups had the potential to destabilize the region in his opening address. Soldiers seized power in Burkina Faso last week in the 4th army takeover in the region in under 2 years.
Let us address this dangerous trend collectively and decisively before it devastates the whole region. I hope that our discussions will provide informed decisions that can reverse the deteriorating political trajectory in our region, characterized by democratic setbacks and the fragility of our security systems.
The bloc suspended Burkina Faso last week. The leaders walk a tightrope caught between acting tough on army leaders and alienating civilian populations in their countries.
Operations continue this Friday in Morocco to save a 5-year-old child who fell into a well last Tuesday. The incident occurred in a tourist hotspot in the north of the country. Rescuers are digging a well parallel to where the child is in an attempt to reach the 5-year-old. When he disappeared on Tuesday, I prayed to God and begged him to get him out of that well alive and safe. Please, God, ease my pain and his in that hole of dust. I hope the authorities and rescuers manage to save my son. The rescuers have managed to supply the child with water and oxygen while the digging continues. I managed to communicate with the child and asked if he could hear me. There was a response. I waited for a minute and saw that he began using the oxygen. I then asked to be lifted back, and in the first attempt, I failed. In the second attempt, I lost consciousness, especially in the last 10 meters, until I woke and found people administering first aid to me. A medical team and a helicopter are on standby to take the child to the nearest hospital.
A convoy of Guinea-Bissau's President Umaru Sissoco Embalo, arriving at one of the scenes of the attempted coup attack on him earlier this week that left 11 people dead. Embalo at the scene on Thursday called on the people to stop the provocation and trust the investigation committee and the justice system. This act was committed by a group of bandits who wanted to take power under the orders of another group like them. Look, I am here with all the military leaders, including the acting chief of staff. It's just to tell you that what happened is really sad. This act will again make Guinea-Bissau known all over the world. I don't think it will make us worthy. Both the African Union and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, have condemned the attempted coup. Guinea-Bissau, a coastal state of around 2 million people lying south of Senegal, has suffered 4 military coups since independence from Portugal in 1974, its most recent in 2012.